I'm not sure how else to really say this other than to say bad things are coming for this world. All I can say is that despite however subdued and how contained everything is, I sense that there's a lot of things building that are going to boil over and bleed over into our lives. You can't just contain this type of internal catastrophe forever without a lot of bad things happening. And I sense there's bad things are coming, and it's going to signal a change in the world. And people are definitely going to be humbled and reaching to the light pretty soon, because it's quite terrible and it's quite horrifying to think of what these sadists and what these white-collar criminals are getting away with so rampantly. They've gotten conditioned into thinking that they can keep doing this without it ever causing a problem in their realities or causing a noticeable problem in the world around us that we can point to. That is bullshit. I don't know what type of technology that these evil orchestrators and cultural engineers are using, but it is quite effective on almost everybody I can perceive. I think a lot of the real people that caught wind just didn't make it through this. They got phased out. They were devalued. There was always a false flag or a false narrative, pretty much covering for the fact that they may not be here. And then all of a sudden our minds are distracted and they're placated and subdued, and we're just not thinking about each other. I think it's all going to come flooding back to us, and it's going to be a terrible revelation, and it's going to be a horrible thing to explain to people. People have done so much wrong, and they've been manipulated and controlled and conditioned and brainwashed, essentially. And it's just been a snafu of the universe that's never been spoken of. But a lot of wrongs will be righted in some way, and I like to think that there will be some justice, because this is a terrible, terrible tragedy actually unfolding, and we're never quite seeing it, and we're never sure of the exact details unless we know too much, at which point we can't really speak of anything, because it's so revealing. Well, I think the devil knew what he was doing, basically, is the big picture, and I think we're all screwed, and we're all just playing along, going to work, going through the motions, never able to point out the inconsistencies or the things that don't add up. They never want us to do that. They never want us to question their bullshit logic that they're presenting us, and it's going to end in a very bad fashion, and it's going to be, I keep thinking it's like an ironic twist of fate type of thing, as well as just a big insult to injury, and the whole thing's just a big epic gaslight from the universe that, damn, we could have taken our divine knowledge and actually did something good with it, but instead we kept our mouths shut, we accepted lies as truths, and we accepted that narcissistic people are going to dictate our lives and be our script writers for what should be our lives that we control and dictate. We'll never have lives that we completely control on this planet Earth because of these pieces of shit and what they've decided to do to people. They're wearing people down from a young age. It's a system of life engineered by tyrants that they don't want you to ever think too much about, because then you might get wise to it and figure out a way around it. That's what I'm always trying to do. It may not seem like I'm hitting pay dirt, but I've definitely lived through what I think would be almost impossible for somebody who's ill-equipped, who's a narcissistic person with no soul, and no abilities. I don't think they could have lived through my exact life, exactly. And I'm sure there's other people on this planet that feel the same way. Like, it's a challenge and a struggle every day. It's not normal life. We're living it, but it's not fucking normal. If I'm being quite blunt, what's happening is actually an alien conspiracy. As crazy as that sounds, it is an alien conspiracy. This is the mark of the beast that's happening right in front of our very eyes. There's a lot of things that I don't need to spell out for you, but you know the deal. You just haven't spoken the deal, is what I feel like. But I'm not sure what keeps people from these more concrete, excuse me, specific details. But yeah, it is what it is. This is a spiritual phenomenon. It's a conspiracy, and it's going to result in the end of times and a fucking holy war because of what they're doing to people. They are thinking that this will all just be accepted and that they'll be able to brush it all over and cover it all up. Nope. Sorry to tell you pieces of Illuminati shit, but you're not going to be able to cover up everything forever. Things are going to spill over. There's going to be a lot of scandals, and I believe there's going to be a lot of bloodshed because of this, because of your need to cover up your fucking activities. You worthless, evil, reptilian pieces of shit. I hate the fuck out of every single goddamn one of you in the Illuminati. You can all fucking roast in hell and die. I don't know what all is going to happen to all of you. All I know is there's going to be some people that wake up and they're able to actually do things that you don't think they're able to do. Get ready for that shit, you motherfuckers. Fuck the Illuminati. Roast in fucking hell.